soldiers has enough room, it's going to be very hard to keep it. The second thing, it's diminishing on supplies now. Because Ukraine's putting all these attacks on these highways, on these arteries, it's getting harder and harder for the Russians to be able to maintain the line. So when we go ahead and look at, sorry, excuse my voice, we look at the overall situation, we see that there is a lot going on for Russia, very little going right for Russia. In fact, I think it's really going right for Russia. And it points to the absurdity that the month of May, the 14 square kilometers, has been a proof point the Russians are gaining. They missed the entire point. The Ukrainians' objective is not that every single centimeter remains unoccupied in the war. The objective is slowly conduct Russians as a territory, and over time, they'll come to a glacial speed, and at which point they'll eventually stop. And it'll be Ukraine striking within Russia, striking the very networks and nodes and nexus in the war, they'll allow them to achieve victory, and then will allow them to take back all the loss and free it. It's not just about going to this little territory or out in, a village somewhere. It's about something much more strategic, much larger. It's not tactical, it's strategic. And that's what
the media misses this case. I mean, the media all the way through has missed that this is a long, grinding mechanic. The mechanic is to, when you can, trade territory for Russian lines and increase that ratio. That ratio has been accelerating. When you see criticisms of Kursk, operationally you see criticisms of Bakhmut, it's missing the point. These were designed as operations to soak up as many Russians as possible, as many resources as possible. I don't think Ukrainians ever believed that any one of these would be a silver bullet, or that it would cause internal political craft or crisis in Russia. I think they know Russia far better than most Western media and analysts as well. But they do know that Russia will grind and grind on without necessarily inflating that ratio of death. If Ukraine can inflate the ratio of death, then they will eventually win. This is exactly what they're doing. That ratio, which I don't know if there's probably not statistics on it, but that's the ratio to watch. If that is going up, which I believe it is from the sources we're seeing, then that is leading to an inevitable point of systemic ratio failure for Russia. And other metrics are starting to do that into that. I started doing episodes as you have, saying, I did my first episode of this, and I should have made this best before we did one back in 2023 about how Crimea is under siege of Crimea in 2004. That was, I would say, dramatically premature. And in the episode said it would be easy, exactly, it's theoretically possible. Well, here we are, 2-3 years on, and I think it's looking increasingly likely. And not just likely, but I well suspect Ukrainians are strategically and tactically organising for it. On top of this, it's probably not an idea to speculate too wildly. It's not an idea to accidentally dribble any knowledge we may have of what is physically being done to accelerate that. But I think European is correct, as it has been unfortunate on many things he said.
Figure A est une entreprise de robots humanoïdes. Ils affirment fabriquer des robots. Android est capable de fonctionner de manière autonome sur la base de modèles d'intelligence artificielle propriétaires. C'est l'une des entreprises de robots les plus utilisées au monde. L'année dernière, ils ont fait 1 milliard de marketage et une valorisation de 39 milliards de dollars parmi les investisseurs sur le Nvidia Intel et OpenAI. En novembre de l'année dernière, nous avons publié une vidéo exposant des informations très désobligeantes sur l'entreprise. Plus précisément, l'année dernière, le PDG figure Mike Adcock a affirmé que le robot faisait sa lessive chez lui. Adcock mentait. La vidéo de Adcock était tournée chez lui était en réalité dans une installation presque contrôlée. Cela dit que le robot pourrait avoir fonctionné sur la base d'instructions de contour plutôt que sur la base linéaire autonome. Au cours des 6 mois qui ont suivi, l'application de première exposée de l'entreprise a continué d'attirer l'attention des médias. En mars 2026, ils ont obtenu un peu de publicité où leur groupe a donné un message enregistré lors d'un événement organisé par Mélanie Trump. En mai, Figure a attiré encore plus l'attention des médias en diffusant en direct. C'est pas quel traitement robotisé pendant 200 heures d'affilée. Étant donné que Figure continue d'être médiatisé, nous avons pensé qu'il était grand temps de revenir sur l'entreprise et nous avons trouvé des informations assez accablantes qui renforcent le scepticisme de notre première vidéo. La première controverse importante concernant Figure était liée à son partenariat avec BMW. Début 2024, Figure a annoncé qu'elle déploierait ses robots humanoïdes dans l'usine BMW en Caroline du Sud. Vers le début de 2025, un robot Figure a effectivement été déployé dans l'usine et travaille.
L'introduction. L'introduction, c'est un peu une carte de visite. C'est la partie stratégique. La partie où il faut séduire, montrer qu'on a compris le sujet. Il est essentiel d'être sourcilleux sur l'intro et bien décomposer les étapes. Tout d'abord, il faut une annonce. fini l'intro? On sait tout de suite à qui on a affaire.
À partir de cet instant, la liberté sera quelque chose de vivant et de transparent. Et sa demeure sera pour toujours le cœur de l'homme.